Steph Curry has been all over the news since he broke the all-time record for most three-pointers made in history. He is now the official king of the three-point shot, and he's the greatest shooter of all time in the eyes of many people. There are many videos and articles out there that are praising Curry, and he certainly deserves his roses. All the hype and attention he's been getting is well deserved. But this video is a tribute to two three-point kings of my era. If you're a 90s baby like me, you witnessed how dangerous Ray Allen and Reggie Miller were from behind the three-point line. So let's start by talking about Reggie Miller. Reggie Miller led the league in most three-pointers made for 2 seasons. He first did it in the 1992-93 season, and then he did it in the 1996-97 season. He had 3 other top 3 finishes and 6 other top 5 finishes. He shot over 40% from the 3 for 10 seasons, and there was one season where he shot 50% from the field, 42% from the 3, and 90% from the free throw line. He's one of the few players to be in the 50-40-90 club. The most three-pointers he made in a game was 8, which he was able to do 2 different times. The first time he did it was in 1993, when he went 8 of 16 from behind the arc against the Milwaukee Bucks. The second time occurred in 1997, when he went 8 of 10 from the 3 against the Charlotte Hornets. The most three-pointers he shot for a season were 536, and the most he made was 229. Steph Curry is almost 3/4 of the way there for this season. So if you would have given Reggie the green light to shoot as many three-pointers as he wanted, it would have been interesting to see how many more he could have made for his career. However, it was in the playoffs where Reggie Miller was able to build a reputation for being one of the most respected playoff performers in league history. He currently has made the 8th most three-pointers in playoff history with 320. And he never fell short in giving us some great three-point shooting performances. For example, he went 7-10 against the Sixers in 2000 in the semifinals. He also ended the game with 40 points. Or the time he went 7 of 11 from the 3 against the Atlanta Hawks in the 1995 first round series. He has shot 39% from the 3 for his playoff career. And we can't forget all the game-winning shots that he has made from behind the arc, like the 8 points in 9 seconds against the Knicks in 1995, or the game winner against the Bulls in 1998, or the game winner against the Sixers in 2001, or the game-tying three-pointer in 2002 against the Nets that shouldn't have counted but was still legendary. And in the playoffs is where he proved that he was more than just a spot-up shooter. He led his team to the finals in 2000, and he led his team to the conference finals 5 other times. The Indiana Pacers were for the most part always in title contention in the mid to late 90s, and it was thanks to their leader, Reggie Miller. The three-point king of the 90s was nearly able to sit at the top of the mountain by being one of the most dangerous shooters in the league. Now let's talk about Ray Allen. He led the league in three-pointers made 3 times. He first did it in the 2001-02 season. Then he did it in the following season and in the 2005-06 season. He had 3 seasons where he's finished second and 3 other seasons where he's finished in the top 5. He shot over 40% from the 3 for 8 seasons. His highest career mark was in the 2011-12 lockout season when he averaged an impressive 45.3%. The most three-pointers he's made in a game is 10. He did that in 2002 against the Charlotte Hornets when he went 10 of 14 from behind the arc. He finished the game with 47 points. The most three-pointers he shot for a season were 653, and the most he made was 269. And just like Reggie Miller, it was in the playoffs where he was able to build a resume that makes him arguably one of the 50 greatest players in NBA history. He currently has made the third most three-pointers in playoff history with 385. There were two separate games where he was able to make 9 three-pointers in a playoff game, which is tied for the fourth most made threes in a playoff game in history. The first time he did it came in Game 6 of the 2001 Eastern Conference Finals against the Sixers. He went 9 of 13 from behind the arc and finished the game with 41 points. He later did it in the triple overtime classic against the Chicago Bulls in 2009. In that Game 6, he shot 9 of 18 from the 3 and finished the game with 51 points. He has shot 40.1% from the 3 for his playoff career. He has also made 8 three-pointers against the Lakers in Game 2 of the Finals in 2010. 7 of them came in the first half alone. That is currently tied for the second most three-pointers made for a Finals game. Now we can't just end this video without talking about all the game-winning shots he's made from behind the arc in the playoffs. For example, we have his game winner in Game 2 against the Bulls in 2009. Then he forced triple overtime with a 3 in Game 6. We have his game winner in Game 1 against the Knicks in 2011. And of course, he had the greatest shot in NBA history to save the Miami Heat season in 2013 against the Spurs in Game 6 of the NBA Finals. We might think of Ray Allen as just the third wheel of the Celtics' Big Three, but let's not forget how he was one game away from leading the Milwaukee Bucks to the Finals in 2001. And in that season, he finished first in offensive win shares, second in offensive rating, third in win shares, sixth in offensive box plus minus, and seventh in value over replacement player rating. And he led his team to the second best record in the East. It was an impressive season by Ray Allen. If you put a decent team around him, he proved that he could lead a team far in the playoffs. He was more than just a shooter, and before Steph Curry took over the league by storm, Ray Allen was the king of the three-pointer. Now, where do they exactly rank among the greatest players of all time? I'll be releasing very soon a book titled The All-Time Greatest NBA Book. It's an extensive look at the all-time greatest teams, players, moments, playoff performances, and more. I count down the 50 greatest teams ever, the 50 greatest playoff moments ever, the 50 greatest playoff runs by a player, and the 100 greatest players of all time. The book should be out close to New Year. If you would like more information about the release and content of this book, I would ask if you can subscribe to my Basketball Universe channel. I recommended a playlist that will show up on the screen that shows some of the content that will be in the book that I have posted in previous videos. You can view them to get a little taste of what to expect. And if you liked today's video, I would greatly appreciate you all clicking the thumbs up. Thanks for listening.